Hey ChemStars, this is Mrs. Vandeloy bringing you ChemStar video where you are the star, of course. We left off of the prior video on determining how many sig fig values there are in measurements, okay? And now this next section is all about how do I use that information, okay? Because it's not enough just to take measurements, we always do something with it. We can take measurements and plot them on a graph and find the slope. We can just solve for density by taking the mass or the volume. There's lots of things we can actually do. But the question is, well, how do I know how to round? Okay, and that's what this is all about. So this is significant figures and calculations. The first part is the addition and subtraction. We aren't going to do a lot with addition and subtraction for most of the course. We're going to usually do multiplying and dividing, but you still should know something about the addition and subtraction. What you do, all right, is reflect the least precise measurement. So this is what I put here. Check where the last sig fig place value is in each measurement. So this 2 right here is in the, well, 10th, 100th, 1000th, 10,000th spot. The 4 is in the 100th spot. Well, which value is least precise? All right, the 4 is the 100th spot. So you're going to round to the nearest 100th. So you get 18.59, which is what I have right here. Okay, so again, if you are using two different measurements with two different precision values, if you will, you need to use the least precise. So again, you take it to the least precise spot. Okay, so let's look at some of these examples here. All right, I've done the math for you. This is what my calculator gave me. So now you need to be smarter than your calculator. These are both measurements. So I need to determine where am I going to round. So the spot, the 2, is in the nearest, what, 100,000ths, or 10,000ths, I guess. Sorry, the 7 is in the hundredths. Which is your least precise? Well, this is the 10,000th, this is the 100th is. So now we need to round to the nearest, what is that, 100th. Okay, hang on a second. I'll use my highlighter here. So we need to round to this spot, the 5. So what happens? We need to round up, and what do we get? 37.16 grams, okay? Let's look at number 2. Well, this is the 100th, this is the 10,000th again. So which is least precise, the 100th or the 10,000th? Well, it is the 100th, so I need to round here. So now what? I need to round up, and what do I get when I round up? 5.60 grams, because you round up and you have to add 1 to the 9, so you get the 6. But notice the 0 is still in the 100th spot. All right, so I made it a vertical. I didn't line it up nice and neat, but we can still do this. The 3 is in the 10th. The 5 is in the 100th. Now, what about 10? Is this 0 significant? The answer is no, it is not. There's no decimal point. So the tens is your significant spot. So I have to round to the nearest tens. So what does that make it? 60 meters. All right. But now look at the difference. Same 62.3, same 9.35, but look at this now. This is the 1, 0 with a decimal point. So we have the tenths, hundredths, and the ones, which is least significant, the ones. So I need to round to the ones value. Look at the difference that decimal makes. All right, and that will be what? 62 meters. Okay, so why don't you try the next set? So pause this, do your math, see what you get. All right, so the first one, number 5, is hopefully, you just add them all up, all right? So this is what my calculator got. So now I need to look at where the least precise spot is. Well, this is what? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000. So the 7 is in the 100,000ths. The 8's in the thousandths. The 3 is in the 10,000ths. So which is your least precise value? It is in the thousandths. So this 4 is where you need to round it to. I don't need to round up, so I guess got 2.204 meters. Now look what happened in number 6. I have 3 different units. So I put everything to the base unit. So I have 10,000 grams. I have 23 kilograms, but I need to move the decimal place over 3 spots, so I got 23,000 grams. And then I have, well, 5 milligrams is 0.005 grams. So the first thing I had to do is put them all in the same unit. So now I calculated and I added those three things up. I got 33,000.005 grams. Well, this is really, really, really precise. These two aren't. So the question is, where is my least precise digit? Well, here's my 10,000, which is, are these zeros significant at all? Not a one of them. So it's in the 10,000 spot. Here I have 23 kilograms or 23,000. This is significant and this is significant. So I have the 10,000ths, 1,000ths, 1,000, 1,000th. So which is my least precise spot? It's in the 10,000. So I just round to 30,000 grams. Okay, so that's addition. Let's turn the page and see what we do for multiplication and division. All right, so on to multiplication division. All right, so your answer should have the least number of significant figures of the factors. So this little cloud says check how many sig figs are in each factor. And to be honest, we're going to do a whole lot more multiplication division than addition subtraction, okay? So what you need to do is you need to count, all right? So let's see here. So how many sig figs are in 4.81? That's 3. How many are in 8.4? That's 2. All right, so my answer should have the smallest number of sig figs, and that's 2. So go left to right, go 1, 2. The 0 is significant. Do I round up? No, it's a 0.4. So my answer is 40.0. Notice there is that point net behind it. If I just wrote 40, then I would only have 1 sig fig, and it is not going to work. It's the wrong answer. So what's the difference between 40 point and 40? The first one says exactly 40 grams. The other one says about 40 grams. Okay, so that's the difference. We want to have exact 40 grams with 2 sig figs. All right, so let's try this one. 12.3645. How many sig figs are in that number? It's like 6, doesn't it? Well, how many sig figs are in 10? Not 10 point, but just 10. That's only 1 sig fig. So what should my answer have? Well, my calculator gives me this, but how many sig figs should I have? 6 or 1? 1. So only the 1 here is significant. So what place is the 1 in? It's in the hundreds, isn't it? So my answer is 100 centimeters squared. Notice that a centimeter times a centimeter is a centimeter. Oh my goodness, look what happened here. What do I need to do here? I need to have a gram squared. It should be gram squared. So go back and fix it. I even checked my units. That's terrible, Mrs. Vanwally. All right, so about the next one. I have 6 sig figs here again, and I have 1 sig fig here. So when I get my calculator out, this is what I get, and now I need 1 sig fig. So here's a 3. What do I need to do? That's significant. The place is significant, and the hundreds is significant, but what do I have to do? I have to round it up. All right, so about 1,500 feet divided by 456.98 seconds. Again, how many sig figs does 1,500 feet have? Has 2. Those zeros are not significant. There is no decimal point. How many sig figs are here? Looks like 5. So what is my lowest number, the 2 or the 5? It's the 2, isn't it? So I need to go 1, 2. So I need to go to where this 2 right here is, and that's in the, what, the 10th spot. So do I need to round up? Yes, I do. So you end up with 3.3 feet per second. Okay, so what about the next one? How many sig figs are in 355? 3. How many are in this number? 5. So which is your smallest number, 3 or 5? It is 3. So I go 1, 2, 3. So I need to go right to that 2 right is. So do I need to round up? Yes, you do. So you get 22.3 miles per gallon. Okay, why don't you do the next ones all by yourself here? I'll give you what my my calculator gave me. So why don't you fix those and make them to the right spot, okay? All right, for number 5, we're adding. This is not multiplication, we're adding. The 6 is in the 10th spot, the 1 is in the 10th spot, so my answer is in the 10th spot, okay? Don't look at the number of sig figs. This is addition and subtraction. We're looking at where is your least precise digit, and it's in the 10th spot. So it is 37.3 centimeters. But number 6, what did I do? I had to multiply, didn't I? So here I have 3 sig figs. Here I have 2 sig figs. What should my answer have? 2 sig figs. There you go. All right, so I get 61 centimeters squared. So why don't you go ahead and do the perimeter and the area and see what you get. All right, hopefully you paused it and you did the work. So do you know how to find perimeter? You add up all 4 sides, right? So 5.3 plus 3.1 plus 5.5 plus 3.1 plus 5.5 plus 3.1. And I hope I got it right. I got 17.2 centimeters, all right? So I added them, correct? So I should have tenths and tenths. So my answer should be in the tenths. So what about my area? I'm going to multiply 5.5 by 3.1, and my calculator gave me 17.05. Now, how many sig figs are in 5.5? 2. How many are in 3.1? 2. So how many should my answer have? 2, and you end up with 17 centimeters squared, all right? So do you see the difference between addition and multiplication? So I'll say it again. Addition, you need to know where are your sig figs, and in multiplication, you need to know how many. So keep that in mind. This is it for the sig fig discussion, and we're going to be using this a lot throughout the year. So it's good for you to know it now, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier, okay? So don't wait to be great. See you next time. Bye-bye.